Steve, is that what your team looks fresh and the way you would want them,
Yeah.
with the energy level and all those things?
Took us a little while to get going with the energy. Spurs are just so methodical with their execution. If you don't take them out of it, they're just going to drill you to death. I mean, one pass after another, one cut, one screen, and somebody shooting a wide open shot. And I didn't feel like we started playing until like mid-second quarter with some desperation and some passion. And the last few minutes of the second quarter, we forced a bunch of turnovers, and that seemed to change the game. And I really liked our effort the entire second half. I mean, it's pretty simple for us. Defend like crazy, take care of the ball, move the ball. When we do that, we have enough weapons where we're gonna score enough points, and that's it. It's pretty simple game.
How big was that stretch, the way you guys closed the first half and then opened the second half?
Yeah, that was the biggest stretch of the game. As I mentioned, that's when we really started to defend, I thought our speed and quickness defensively, our activity, forced a couple turnovers, and we got out and ran. And we knew the Spurs played last night. It was a hell of a game against the Clippers. I mean, that was a hard-fought game. So we figured we could run them and hopefully wear them down, but you have to put in the effort to do that, and I thought we eventually got there.
Coach, I know before the game you said it's just another game. If we lose, it's not the end of the world, but I have to ask you, what does it mean to beat your former coach and mentor?
I don't know. I mean, it was, I'm probably going to go have a glass of wine with him right now. So win or lose, Pop is Pop. That's how he was when I played. It's how he is now. It's what I love about Pop is he's got great perspective. He's one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met. Just his perspective on the game, on life, and friendships and relationships. That's why his players are so loyal to him. So I think I'll go have a glass of wine with him, and we probably won't even talk about the game, and it'll be good to catch up.
Steve, it's not often that we see Steph play with the kind of emotion that he played with tonight. What's it like for the rest of the team when he gets that fiery and that enthused and that angry?
Well, we need everybody to play with that kind of passion that fuels us. I thought Draymond early in the game was a little passive. I told him at halftime, I said, I want you to yell at me if you're mad at me. Don't glare at me. I want you to yell at me, and feel free to curse if you'd like. And that drew a laugh from him. But no, I want our whole team to be passionate and energetic, and because that seems to fuel our defense. But I thought Steph was terrific tonight. His defense is underrated. I mean, he did a good job on Parker, and he moved the ball. When we started moving the ball late second quarter, second half, we started getting the ball to David Lee at the foul line area on those pick and pops, and he started picking people apart, finding shooters, and Andre was making threes. That's when we're at our best, when we're playing that way. But it all starts with the emotion and the energy that you just talked about.
Did it look like Bogut and Iguodala specifically had fresher legs maybe than we'd seen going into the break?
I guess so. I mean, I didn't think of it that way, but both guys played very well, and I think Andre's been good all year. The numbers may not show it as much because he's not a big-time scorer, but Andre does so many things for us. But tonight, making 4 threes and kind of breaking the game open, it was more apparent just his impact. But both those guys are always good for us.
The crowd really seemed to get into it after those technical fouls, and then the team seemed to feed off of that in that late run in the quarter. Was it a case of the crowd firing up the team, or the team firing up the crowd, or a little of both?
Chicken and the egg. We love our crowd. We love our home floor. We've talked from the beginning of the season about the importance of winning here at home and establishing our home floor. And we feed off of them, and they feed off of us. And I thought we didn't show enough energy in the first quarter to deserve a lot of support from our crowd. I think we were sort of feeling our way through the game, and then whenever those technicals occurred, that was kind of the point where we started to defend harder and put the pressure on them, and the crowd really got into it, and that was a lot of fun.
Steve, you said you're a glass half full guy coming out of this break. You go into the break leading the league, and with the record, and you come out and you beat the defending champs. What does that mean as far as the rest of the season?
It means the glass is 2/3 full. I don't know. These are always important games. Cotton Fitzsimmons, my old coach in Phoenix, used to call it the getaway game. You got to get the getaway game before you head off on a road trip. It's important to go on the road with a good feeling and some momentum, and especially coming off the break. Our one home game in February would have been a shame to lose it. So this was a good win for us. They're all good, but especially when you head out on the road.
How are you able to curb the Spurs ball movement and get them into so many what seemed like isolation situations? What happened?
I thought the activity was better. We went with Harrison at the 4 more in the second half. When we do that, we can switch more. We put David at the backup 5. It meant Mo didn't play in the second half, but we just liked the energy of that group. And I think when we have that kind of speed on the floor with Harrison and Draymond at the 4 taking turns, and then we can switch, and that's kind of what fuels us. And I thought that was a factor.
Just following up on kind of what Diamond asked, you guys obviously have the best record in the West, but is this a sign that maybe you guys are replacing the Spurs as the juggernaut in the West?
Oh, please don't say that. It means we're 43-9, which is a great record, and it means our guys are continuing to play hard and play well, and we're trying to be good for the next decade, and so we're trying to get better every game. You look at that team over there, the way they move the ball, the way they execute. That's continuity. That's the same group being together, and that's a championship mindset. And we're just getting started. So we've got such a long way to go, but our guys have been fantastic, and they're a joy to coach, and it's been a fun season to this point.
Steve, we know that Andre can't be measured by his numbers. He does a little bit of everything, but what does it do for your second unit when his three-pointer is falling like it was tonight?
Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, our second group has been really good all year. Barbosa has been huge for us, and Mo Spades has won some games for us with his shooting. And but when Andre makes shots, it stretches the floor. It gives us another weapon. And then when we have them out there with Steph and Clay, now we've got 3 guys making shots. As long as we move the ball, then we're going to get an open one, and we're in pretty good shape.